Y'all, if you clicked on this because of the title, here's what I mean. I decorated my very first apartment with nothing but Dollar Tree because at that time I had no money. And honestly, that frugal girl never left. So today I'm showing you exactly how I update spaces without influencer budgets, just paint, Amazon finds, and ChatGPT helping me plan it all. So if you want a beautiful home on a real person budget, you're in the right place. Okay, so when I look at this room, and actually this whole house, it's like overwhelmingly brown and dark. So with every design, I go through 4 steps. Hate it, love it, live with it, and shop my house. So let's kind of start off with that and see what we're gonna do with this. When I first look at this room, I'm looking at paint, like things I want to change or things I want to do. Appliances jump out to me. Floors, cabinets. Let's see, countertop, and then the backsplash. I'm just gonna abbreviate that. And then lighting and furniture. So if each of these, we're going to kind of go through and kind of rate and see what we want to do, what we can love, what we can keep, all that kind of stuff. So paint for me is an absolute must. This is like a very dark room. This whole house is dark. And so it's my strongest contention point. Plus there's like no natural light in here. Appliances, we're going to choose to love them for now and live with them. Floors, we're going to love them. But we are going to use some area rugs to cover up because you can kind of see where it's like, got that crinkles and folds over there. So floor probably needs to be replaced, but if we didn't have money for that, well, we're just gonna cover up the imperfections. Cabinets, we're gonna love them, but we're gonna paint them. The countertop, same thing, we're gonna love and we're gonna paint them. And the backsplash, we're gonna change. We'll do a peel and stick tile, like subway tile back there. Lighting, we can change a little fixture. And furniture, we are going to shop our own house. So let's see, and then I use ChatGPT to kind of come up with a new design, and so let's take a look at that. Okay, so here's what they came up with. Listen, I'm a firm believer that you can transform almost any space with paint, and most influencers would gut this entire room, but part of the good enough home concept is making what you have work. So obviously, ChatGPT isn't perfect. It doesn't get everything right. You can see how it added some cabinets over there in this new rendition, but for the most part, we can kind of see what this could look like. So I chose to paint the walls alpaca, the trim in an alabaster white. I left the ceilings alone, and I really think that it kind of brings out the beams and the separation of the spaces more by leaving the wood ceiling. I really kind of like it anyways. And so obviously, like over there where this is like crinkled, you can see over here, I would have put another area rug. I tried to tell it, but if you would look at this ChatGPT chat we had, it takes a lot of like really telling it what to do. Anyways, I would cover that with an area rug as well. It just didn't show up in this new rendition of the picture. And so for the countertop, we do a black Gianni marble paint. We actually did that in my daughter's house in her kitchen and bathroom. And my mom had to pull me to the side. She's like, how did Shelby have money for marble? I'm like, Mom, it's paint. So it really looks very nice when you do that. I would do the Gianni cabinet paint in white, and I'll link those in the description if you're interested. I've used them several times and I really think they turn out great. Another thing I want to point out is you can buy magnet covers for appliances. Like I did this with my dishwasher. You can also do like fridges. They have magnets, but also like vinyl skins you can do if you wanted to change it, because appliances are expensive to replace. And so that's another cheap way to change that without replacing. So I'll link that video in the description, and then where you can buy them on Amazon. And so the other things I did in this new rendition was I went shopping on Amazon and came up with a few pieces, and then we would just use our own furniture. And so again, you can change so much with paint, and I cannot tell you how many tables I've sanded, painted, distressed, repainted, chairs I've redone with different fabric and a staple gun. So before you throw out your stuff, just try to redo it. I mean, if you hate it, then go buy something new, but you can always just change stuff with paint, I'm telling you. And so, I get items from thrift stores all the time. And by the way, just in case you want to know, I'm getting ready to do a China cabinet makeover. And so subscribe so you don't miss that. It'll be great. I use a lot of thrifted items and we're going to redo that. So let's go on to the living room. Okay, y'all, so here is our dark living room. We're going to go through our 4 steps: hate it, love it, live with it, shop my house. So what jumps out to me right now is paint, the floors, furniture, and then the lighting. Okay, so paint for me in this house is a must. However, stick around because I'm going to show you how you can still make a space feel open and bright even when choosing a dark color paint. So you don't always have to pick light colors, but I will show you that. It's going to be in the bathroom. So spoiler alert, just stick around for the bathroom so you can see that. The floors, we are going to love them, but we're going to use rugs, an area rug. Furniture, we are going to shop our house. And lighting, we're gonna go on Amazon and find some stuff we can do. Okay, so here is what me and ChatGPT came up with. We painted the walls alabaster, left the wood ceiling. We covered the floor with a big area rug, shopped some decor on Amazon. But I really want to camp out on the subject of furniture for a minute. So I put this boneless sofa from Amazon. I'll link it in the description because I have several coworkers that are like raving about this couch. It's like $500, it's something like that. You know, to buy a new couch or new furniture, you can always repurpose so much of what you already have. You don't like your couch, get a cover. I have a video on that. I'll link it in the description. If you don't like your coffee table, paint it. I have videos on that. But before you trash what you have, try and upgrade it yourself first. And I will always preach the power of paint until I am absolutely blue in the face because it just makes such a difference and it's such an inexpensive way to update a room. And by the way, that light fixture is actually a fan. I love that. So I can link that in the description too. So let's take a look at this bathroom laundry room combo next. Okay, y'all, this is where I'm going to show you how you can use a darker color paint in a small space and it's going to look 10 times brighter than this original. Again, 4 steps: hate it, love it, live with it, and shop my house. So we have this bathroom. It's a bathroom laundry room combo. I don't know if you can see, I'm going to point to it over here. This is where your washer and dryer will go. So I didn't realize that in the very beginning. So you know, you kind of got to work with what you have. And so when I'm looking at this, for me, I'm thinking paint as always. The shower, you know, that's a big thing. Cabinets, floors. We got appliances for our washer and dryer, and then our countertop. So let's go through it. So for paint, must, as always, we're going to paint it. Shower, we're going to love it, but we're going to use a shower curtain. And from the ceiling to the floor, I think that really looks better. Cabinets, we're going to paint. We are going to love them. Floors, we're going to love them and use a rug. Appliances, hopefully we have a washer and dryer and we're going to use that. We're going to love it. And the countertops we're actually going to love because if you can see over here, they're black. I kind of like that. So I will leave that, but let's see what me and ChatGPT came up with. And here's what we came up with. So I painted the walls and the upper cabinets in Sherwin-Williams Mountain Pass. The vanity and the Gianni cabinet paint, and I left the existing black countertop. I kind of like that. It's good. So using a curved shower rod and an extra long shower curtain. Okay, and let's talk about these curtains for a minute with this window. So this is what I'm always talking about with curtains. Take them from the ceiling to the floor. Even though this window is like super small, the ceiling to floor curtains really draws your eye up and makes the room feel so much bigger. And so the appliances, you know, you're kind of living with what you got. If they look nice, great. If not, you know, whatever. You use what you got. So I think this house represents most of us regular schmegular people who don't live in a Pinterest perfect home. So if you're someone who wants a beautiful home but doesn't have influence or money, you are my people, you are my tribe. Welcome to the Good Enough Home and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching, y'all. Bye.